Dreams. We all have dreams in our life. Even from our childhood, we have been constantly hearing the line, follow your dreams. But how will we follow our dreams if we do not know the correct path towards it? Even if we discover the path, the challenge that we have to face on each point is survival. I'm sure many of you are thinking the same as me. But don't you worry, because tonight we're going to talk about dreams, we're going to talk about survival. So, good evening and Assalamu alaikum. I am Mahim Mushfiq, welcoming you all to a brand new program of EdVibe named Pokthon, where we generally invite the very talented guests who are currently studying in different famous universities in abroad to share their perspectives, story, and experiences with us about the aftermath challenges of educational life in abroad. Today, at the very first episode of this program, we also have a very talented guest from whom we'll get to learn a lot. But before that, let's know a bit about advice. As of those who already follow EdVibe know that EdVibe is an educational platform that deals with virtual education, educational consultancy and promotion, along with conducting diversified programs on students' mental health. Their they perform different programs about studying in abroad. So basically, let's just not talk. Let's see a promo video of EdVibe. So I'm gonna ask you to play the promo video on this. So you saw the promo video of advice. So basically, what are we going to talk today? So basically, first of all, we're going to have a tour all the way from here to Australia. What? You don't believe me? But I'm not joking because we have a very special guest with us, Mr. Bishal Chowdhury Bhaiya, who is currently studying in, in Sydney, Australia, in Macquarie University. He's doing bachelor's degree in the subject information technology. So we're gonna welcome Mr. Vishal Chowdhury Bhaiya. Hello, Bhaiya.
Hi,
How
how
are
are you?
you?
I'm good.
I'm
I'm good.
good,
I'm doing
Bhaiya.
good. How are you?
I'm good, Bhaiya. So, Bhaiya, basically, so our program is um, uh, teach to teach students about what are the challenges after going to study in abroad, what challenges
Mhm.
they face, and how to cope up with them. So before we start the main program, I'm gonna tell you that we're having three segments. So first of all, we're gonna have a discussion segment. Second of all, we're gonna have a myth solving segment where we're gonna solve the common myths that our students here think about their perceptions. And lastly, we're gonna have a question answer segment. So
All right.
viewers who are watching the live video, so don't forget to drop your comments and ask questions because we're gonna have a live question answer segment at the end of this session. So keep asking questions and try to fulfill all of your questions. So coming back to Bhaiya, uh, so Bhaiya, we all know that you're from Chittagong, Bangladesh.
Yes.
So we know that, and now you're currently studying in Macquarie University in Australia. So we
Hmm.
know that every story has a backstory. Every successful story has a backstory. So we're gonna know that from the boy of Chittagong, Bishal Chowdhury, to the current Bishal Chowdhury who's studying in information technology in Macquarie University. So how was the journey? What motivated you? Like, what? When did you first dream that you're gonna study abroad? When did it first come to your mind, and how was the journey from that time in Chittagong to now at present in Macquarie University?
All right. Thank you, Mahin. So let me start from the beginning. Uh, after the HSC, I have applied. I have given lots of admission tests there. So I have also gave my admission test on Arsenal University of Science and Technology, and I've got admission there on architecture engineering. But after that, I mean, considering the situations there, what inspires me to apply on abroad. So I've discussed about my family. I've discussed to my family about these things to about considering the situations, and after that, after talking to my family, the first thing is my family supported me to apply on abroad. So after sharing my things with them, that said that I have a GPA on my HSC, so why not I try to abroad and apply there. So they supported that time, and then actually I have started to gather information about applying on abroad, and got gathered lots of universities, and I have joined lots of agents. I have joined lots of educational expo, basically. So from there, I get to know that the abroad universities, they are gonna give scholars. They're providing a scholarship to the international students to apply there. So then I have joined an agency. Then I have contacted to an agency, IDP. So basically, when I went there, they consulted my GPA and everything, and they said that I'm gonna eligible for the scholarship. Basically, that scholarship helped me to take the decisions of applying Australia. So like after that I got the scholarship, then when I talked to my parents, they said that, yeah, you got a scholarship, okay, let's try for that. Let's try that. So that was not easy to apply on lots of universities or get eligible for the scholarships, because I had to sit for my IELTS exam. So after 1 month of preparation, and of IELTS, I've sit for IELTS, and thankful to God that I have got the perfect band, which was required to apply there. So after that IELTS exam, I started the procedure to apply there at the abroad universities. So basically, first of all, my family which inspired me to apply there, apply at the abroad universities, and then I would say that actually that's all on your wish. Like, if you want, you can do it, right? You guys believe that? So basically, you have to proceed. So if you have wish to go study on abroad, if you actually, I tried to get a new life. I tried to get start my own life. Like, if when I came here, I saw that when I was in my country, I talked lots of senior brothers who used to study on abroad. So they said that if you come here, you will be able to get a lesson, right? So you will have your own life. You will get a chance to build your life in a new way. So I took that chance. I just tried to took that chance. That's it.
Yeah, that's indeed a very nice statement. That if you believe, you can do it, and when there is family support to it, and I think you indeed can do it. So
Yeah,
after coming into abroad, like away from home, away from to a completely different place, new environment, new culture,
yeah,
and there is a common factor that the international students face, which is culture shock. Like trying to adapt to a new environment, like they face different kind of problems in the new environment. So I'm going to ask you that how did you cope up with the new circumstance, and how did you deal with the shock?
so it was never easy when I came here to cope up with the environment when you don't have your family with you, basically. So family is the is the most thing that that you can share everything. Like you can share everything with your family. You have your time with your family most of the time of your life, and then when you come to a very new place alone, it's really tough. So that's what I felt when I came here. Like the next day after I came here. So the next day, what I felt when I wake up in the morning. So I felt I have my parents with me to prepare my breakfast. So right, so that's the time when I felt so frustrated. I woke up at I can remember I woke up at 12 or maybe 1 p.m. and I found no one to prepare my breakfast and everything. So it was never easy for me to consider everything. So first of all, this you don't have your family, so it took almost a week to overcome the things. And then after that I realized that I came here with a dream, right? I have my family support with me. I have and if I have to use it, that's the time to use it. So basically after that, when I thought when I realized that I'm getting too much frustrated, so I started making friends here. So the best part is you have to interact with people. You can your life won't be very easy if you don't interact. The more you interact, the more your life get easier, right? So that's the thing. That's the thing, actually, the important thing. You have to interact with people. You have to make people. You have to make friends here to whom you can share your everything, right? So that's what I did. First of all, when I went to my uni, I made some friends, some of my country. I also tried to make friends from abroad, and also, so that's the thing that I have made friends. I have talked to them. I tried to pass time with them, and I tried to overcome my frustrations. I had to overcome my loneliness by making friends or trying to interact with new people. That's the thing. That's the most thing I think. So if you don't interact with people, if you don't make friends, the life will get tougher here.
Yes, completely agreeable that you have to make friends and interact with new people. Even if you are in a new place, you have to try to adapt to it.
Yes, you have to
But
try your best.
it is, yes, try your best. So, but it is often said that Australians are not welcoming to international students. So, how much of it is actually true? And did you face any kind of troubles on like not getting welcomed properly? And if so, how did you overcome that?
Actually, I can't say whether it's true or not, but uh, what I feel is they're welcoming. Like if we so see, first of all, they're proven there are lots of enormous area of way to apply for scholarship. So if they are not welcoming, they shouldn't provide you a scholarship, right? So the first of all, the recently lots of universities, they are applying, they are providing lots of scholarships. So if you are eligible for scholarships, you are already welcoming, you are already welcomed here to come in Australia. So secondly, after coming here, I would say it was not a bad experience for me. So the uni, all in the uni that welcomed us, all they made lots of functions to welcome the students and everything. So I never felt that they are not welcoming. But if you are eligible, if your result is good, if your result is well enough to apply for this uni, because the unis here, every each of the unis, like most of the famous unis like Macquarie, University of Adelaide, University of Sydney, University of New South Wales, every uni, they are around like within 250, within 100 world ranking, right? So if you have to have something to apply there, right? If you have that well enough GPA, if you have the proper IELTS marks, so if you are eligible for the scholarship, you are welcomed here. So I don't think Australia is not a welcoming. That's a proper thing to say. I don't think it's proper. uh, from my vision. I don't know about others, but from my visions, if you are eligible to apply here, so there's nothing to like obstruct you.
Yeah, it's so good that we can actually get to know that what is the real situation, like from learning from you, that we always had a perception that we're going to go to abroad but they will not welcome us. So I think we got clear. Another issue I would like to talk about, that the students who think of going to abroad, like they think that after we go there, how will we manage our expenses? So are there any part-time jobs available in there, and how much are they necessary for the financial stability? Are they actually good, or and are they available?
For me, yeah, it's available to apply for part-time jobs. So basically, if you are a boy, so when you are 23 or maybe 25 years old, obviously you don't want your family to bear all of your expenses, right? So you will try to do something. So that part-time jobs help you to do that, to bear your own expenses. So when I came here, I'm sharing my experience here. Like it took almost 2 months to apply to get a part-time job. So my family supported that time. So and then I realized that I have to do something to that can help my parents to bear my expenses. So after 2 months I got a job. Yeah, it I took like there are tons like heaps and heaps of mails, rejection mails. I've applied lots of supermarkets. I have applied lots of restaurants and everything, and there are heaps and heaps of rejection mail here in my Gmail. Still I have, but I never gave up. You shouldn't give up. So again I applied over and over in restaurants, and fortunately I got a job after 2 months. So it takes time. If you get rejections, you shouldn't get stopped. Like you shouldn't stop applying here and there. You have to try. So after trying for continuously 2 months, I've got a job, and it's really helpful. It helps you to get a personal life. If you want to buy something, if you want to buy something for yourself, if you want to help your mom and dad for your tuition fees, or maybe to bear your own expenses, you must need a part-time job. And it's available here. The most thing is I would must say interaction. If you interact with people, if the more you interact with people, you will get the more you get facilities here, the more you get opportunities here. So if you get interact with people, if you share your problem with them, they will try to do something, right? That's what happened with me. I made lots of people. I made some uh, so far. Like I haven't met them in my country as well. So I just meet them here. I shared them my problem, and fortunately, I got after 2 months. I tried 2 months. I sit for 2 months. I waited for 2 months. For some of the people, it takes more than 1 year to get a part-time job, more than 6 months or maybe 8 months to get a part-time job. So the thing is that the more you get interacted with people, the more you get opportunities. So you have to talk with people. You have to interact. You shouldn't be introvert. You have to be extrovert, right? The more you share your problem, the more you get solutions. So that's what happened with me. So finally I would say it's not tough to get a part-time job, and it's really helpful for international students basically to bear his at least they can bear their own living expense, I must say, doing this part-time job.
So we learned that interaction is very important, and what's
Yes,
more
that's the thing.
important is that you should never give up. You should never give
Yes.
up, whether
Yeah.
it's 2 months or 6 months or 1 year. You should never give up.
Yeah.
So another problem I would like to discuss, that many of the students face problems regarding the selection of major. So did you
Mhm.
have any problem regarding the selection of your major or visa? If so, how did you get help or support?
So actually, the agency that I have talked, like ITP, they helped me to choose my subjects and also majors. So first, I went there and shared my everything, my results and everything. So they told me the possible ways. They told me the most relevant units, right? So first of all, I have changed my units here after coming here. I have changed my units. So after I went to the agency, I talked to them, and they said that this would be perfect for you. I came here with software technology. So and when I came here, so I realized that maybe for cybersecurity it would be much easier for me. Maybe it will be much easier to get a good score. So first, in Australia, what it matters is your skill. So your GPA matters, but it matters. It doesn't matter much than your skill. So you have to have that skill. You should have that skill. So so for me, it's like you get what is easier for you. You have to research. You have to find the easier way to get to reach to your aim, to reach at your aim. So when I took software technology and I came here, I completed like 1 year on software technology, and then I realized that after I got some exams and everything, and considering the situation, my jobs and everything, I realized that maybe cybersecurity would be easier. I talked with seniors and also with my friends, and then I came to know that yeah, maybe cybersecurity would be easier, that the units that I'm taking for my next year. So it will be easier for me to cope with, or maybe to get a good result, or maybe to get a skill, right? So that's the thing. Like if you have to research, and you have to get the you have to reach to the solution. You have to get the point that which is easier for you, right? So if you research, you will find a way. You will find a way on which you can say that yeah, this unit must be easier for me. Will be easier to get a good score. That's what inspires you to change your major, or maybe to select your majors. I can hear you. Maybe it's muted. Mahin? Mahin, I think your sound is breaking. I can't hear you. You are muted. I can hear you.
Hello, am I audible now?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry for the connectivity issue. I think there was a connectivity issue.
Mhm.
So we were talking about majors that I think the subject which you were best at and it is easiest for you, we should choose that according to
Yes.
what we learned from your experience. So now we're gonna talk about the extracurricular activities. The students in Bangladesh think that like to get admitted into abroad countries,
Mhm.
in Australia, suppose, you need to be good at many extracurricular activities. Like you have to have a bundle of certificates. So actually, what is the importance of extracurricular activities to get on admission in foreign countries, especially Australian universities? And after getting in, are there any scope? Are there much scope of extracurricular activities like club works and like opportunities of leadership there?
Yeah, that's a good question. Like, there are opportunities in Australia for extracurricular activities. Like, if you are doing extracurricular activities, like you in your country, so You may use your certificates. If you have certificates, you can use that certificates for scholarship. Like sometimes they sometimes some universities they give scholarships regarding their based on their extracurricular activities. So so if you're doing extracurricular activities, that's not bad. That's really good. You can provide the certificates. You can provide that certificates, and you can, if you research, you will get to know that if they're in a scholarship regarding your extracurricular activities. So it's based on the university. What specific university, like there are lots of universities. So specific university, they give their scholarship category is not same. So you have to research. You have to research which university you're gonna apply. So after you after when you get to know that, yeah, that the university that I'm gonna apply, then there would be lots of scholarship criteria. So if you go there, and apply if you write that, like if you want to apply there, so you got the website to apply, there would be lots of criteria that if you have these, if you have that specific mark on your exams, you will be eligible for scholarship. If you have that specific marks for IELTS, you will be eligible for this scholarship. And also there should be chance to apply for scholarship regarding based on extracurricular activities. And after coming here, there are lots of social clubs and everything. For Bangladesh, in Macquarie, we also have our own club, um, that has lots of Bangladeshi students, and also lots of abroad members, like some foreign members also. So there are also scope for extracurricular activities, but according to my experience, that not that much there is not that much scope for extracurricular activities as we have in our own country. But still, there is a scope. So if you are really good at any extracurricular activities, and there are opportunities, even you can make your own club here. If you talk to you if you talk to your uni, if you talk to your authorities, so I think you will be able to open your own club, and that's how you're gonna like proceed.
Okay, so Bhaya, so we know that you are studying currently information technology, and we
Mhm.
also know that Australia is very much good in IT sector, and international students are mostly welcome in the IT sector. So, do you believe that any other sector are there who that the students should look for except the IT sector?
First of all, um, comparing to other countries, Australians, like IT of Australia is not that much developed, I would say. So if you have that thinking that, yeah, it's good, Australia may be good for IT, so that's why they are trying to develop their IT sectors. That's why they are providing more. According to when I applied, I saw lots of scholarship scopes for information technology rather than other subjects. So, but still, if you so that's the thing. So in Australia, they're still upgrading their IT sectors. So there is a good scope to when you if you come with IT, information technology. So there would be a good scope to get a job, or maybe to do well. But still, if you are passionate to other subjects, like engineering subjects, so I would say you can apply for mechanical engineering. So it's going good with the present situation in Australia. So you can apply for mechanical engineering, or maybe architecture engineering, and so you can apply for those subjects here. But in subject choosing the subjects, the thing that um, the things that will inspire you is your passion, like on which subject you want to study, right? So first of all, so follow your passion. Like if you are interested in engineering subjects, apply for that engineering subjects. If you want to study information technology, go for that that option, right? But it's still we found someone that confusion about which subjects you can take, or maybe not that much passionate about any subjects, or maybe the subject that he's studying right now. So for them, I would say try information technology if you are really if you really intend to be a programmer, or maybe if you have interested to work on computers and to work on programming and everything. So go for IT, and then I would say go for the engineering subjects, right? So like mechanical engineering, architecture engineering. So you can apply for that. So basically, for the subject choose, that the most thing that inspires a person to choose a subject should do it, and a student should follow his passion, or maybe have passion to choose a subject.
Yes, you are absolutely right. Actually, whatever we do, it has to be our passion, because studying in something that we don't really want to be, that's not really helpful, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Going to another question. So, which visa is most suitable for post-study work permits, and how to apply for work permits in Australia?
So post-study work permit. All right. If you are coming here with student visa, so you don't have to apply. So I'm doing part-time job, right? So you don't have to apply for any visa for your part-time jobs. So first of all, you come with a student visa, so you have 20 hours per week working visa. So part-time, you have 20 hours that government authorized. So you have the Australian government give 20 hours a week for international student to work, right? So after that 3 years or maybe 4 years after completing your graduation, so you would be eligible to apply for a post-study work visa. So you can apply it going apply it of your own, or otherwise you can apply it. You can take help of agencies. We have like in Australia there are lots of agencies that work on this. So after your graduation, you will be, according to my sense, when I came here, I was said that after my graduation, like 3 years of graduation, after 3 years, I would be able to apply for a 2 years of post-study work. So that's a full-time post-study work visa. So you have to apply for it. You won't get it automatically. So you have to contact to agency. You have to show your results. You have to show your every tax documents. You have to show your every part-time job records and everything. Then they will proceed. And then they will proceed. As far as I know, then they will proceed for post-study work visa. So after 2 years of post-study work visa, you might be eligible for applying for your masters if you want to do further studies, or maybe whatever you want. So but for the part-time jobs, you don't have to apply for anything.
Okay, Bhaya. Another very important issue I'm gonna talk about, like international students, after they go into a new place, like a kind of fear works with them, that whether I will be harassed, or whether I will face racism or minority differentiation. So harassment, minority differentiation, racism. So are these factors also available in Australia? Did you have any experience in there, like about
Uh,
such kind of problems?
Truly, I haven't experienced that at all, but there might have some people that experiences this kind of racisms and things stuffs. But I haven't experienced that in my life. Like I've been here for 1 year already, but I haven't experienced that. The thing is, there are lots of people, right? And people has lots of mentalities, like different mentalities. So the thing is, you have to be strong mentally. You are staying here alone. You are dealing with your own problems. You are self-employed. You are eligible enough to deal with your problem. So you are the strong here. So if someone says you have to, like, first of all, you don't have to reply, or you don't have to take it like seriously, or maybe uh, you don't have to care them at all, because that's your life, right? You're earning, you gaining your own life, you're doing your own stuff with your own expenses, so you are not liable to reply others, right? So, and the thing is, you have to be mentally strong. So if something that kind of happens with you, you have to deal it. Yeah, like if you have to fight back, or maybe you have to talk back, you have to reply, right? So but according to my experience, I haven't experienced that kind of racism at all. But if sometimes, if I experience this kind of things, this kind of bad stuff like racism, like things, I would never let it go. Like because I'm uh, I'm strong enough to deal with these problems. Like you have to be mentally strong here. So if someone says you something, and you're just staying still, and just sitting here idly, not saying anything, so the problem is gonna be bigger. So the best thing is, you have to be strong, you have to be mentally strong, you have to reply. And you shouldn't feel that he's saying, you shouldn't feel low, you shouldn't be so disappointed of your life. If how That doesn't matter how you look, that doesn't matter how you earn, that doesn't matter like how you leading your life, that's your life, right? So no one is liable here for you, and um no one have the permission to talk you back. Like no one has the permission to say you something bad. If they do, then reply. If they do, then fight back. There are the Australian government is really strict about those things. If something happens that to you, and if you report to the police, they will definitely take actions. They won't let it go. So if you are not alone here, actually. So often the government is really, really like conscious enough to deal with these kind of problems. So you don't have to feel like no one is here, or maybe you don't have to feel like if you experience the racism and these kind of problems, you don't have to feel that no one is here to help you. Everyone is here to help you, right? So that's the thing. That's how I gonna deal with this problem if if I experience this kind of problem.
Yes, Bhaiya, thank you very much. So, Bhaiya, you have been staying in Australia for about an year, right?
Yes, it's been, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, how are you managing the your income and expenditure? And is there any need of any insurance and etc.? So, how are you managing the income, expenditure, and this kind of stuff?
So currently I'm doing part-time jobs. So basically I'm doing only one job. So that's all. One job is enough to lead to bear your own living expenses, according to my sense. So in Australia, it's easy to get a job, or maybe earn money, and it 10 times easier to spend, 10 times easier to lose money. So like, if you have to be calculative when you come here, or you earning, you have to be calculative. You have to bear in mind that I have to give my rent. You have to think everything, right? So the thing is, what I'm doing here, I'm doing a part-time job, and I'm trying not to spend much, or maybe when I will buy my necessary things. I'm just buying my necessary things, so that's helping me actually to bear my own living expenses, my rent and foods, my grocery stuffs, or maybe my regarding all the bills and everything. So basically that's it. Like if you are managed to get a part-time job, that's 100 times easier to bear your own expenses. You don't need your parents to pay your living expenses if you are doing a part-time job. And for the tuition fees, or I know that some of the students they also have questions about if they gonna pay the tuition fees by doing uh, part-time jobs. Yes, you can, but there is an issue. Like if you are doing jobs day and night long, so how you're gonna study, right? So yeah, you can, yeah, for some that depends. Like if you are eligible enough to maintain 2 or maybe 3 jobs and also study, so it's really it's easier for you. Like you can easily give your living expenses, including your tuition fees too. But I would say it's safer. It's safe. I'm saying you the safe. If you are coming to an university like Macquarie, or maybe like University of Technology Sydney, or maybe University of Adelaide. If you're coming to that kind of universities, it's a bit tough to help. It's a bit tough to give the whole tuition fee, but you can help your parents giving 1 or maybe 2 years of tuition fees, or maybe 1 year. You can say 1 year. So you can help your parents the best you can have. You can help your parents with 1 year of tuition fees. But if you are coming to the colleges, like if you're coming to colleges or maybe institutions, so you will be it will be good enough. Like it will be good enough for you. If you're trying to give your own tuition fees, it will be easier for you. So 1 or maybe 2 jobs will be enough to pay your tuition fees and also your living expenses. But it's not, I would say it's not easier for universities. It's really tough to give your whole tuition fees by doing part-time jobs, and it will hamper your study too.
So, Bhaiya, we were talking about tuition fees. So, I'm gonna ask you that about the scholarship opportunities in Australia. So, how much actually the scholarship are available in Australia? So, how much extent of scholarship is actually available?
um, when I came here, I came with 25% of scholarship of my total tuition fees. It was 25%. So for undergrad, the students that are trying to apply, they're gonna apply for undergrad. For undergrad, there is not much chance to get a scholarship. It's really tough. They don't provide a scholarship for the undergrad students, and they provide, but that's not that much. That's like 25%. Barely it goes 35 or maybe 40%. So, but for masters, the students that are going to apply for masters, they have a huge opportunity for applying scholarship. As much as I don't know, as much as I know. But for undergrad, it's you have to research. You have to research which university is giving a scholarship, providing a scholarship, and then you are gonna proceed. And the agencies, if you are trying, if you're gonna proceed the whole thing using going in an agency or contacting in an agency, they would help you with every possible chance to get a scholarship. That's what my agency, like IDP, that I have talked there, they did. They helped me to get the scholarship. They helped me to give me every possible chances that if you apply to that uni, you will be eligible for this scholarship. If you apply to that uni, they help me a lot for trying to get the scholar, like to get the information about scholarships.
So thank you, Bhaiya. We got to learn a lot from you about the things we need might face, and maybe we don't know how to like proceed in the correct way. So we got to learn a lot about from you. So now
Thank you.
we'll go to a very different segment, which is
Mhm.
myth solving segment. So there are some common myths that the Bangladeshi students have in mind that when I'm gonna study in abroad, I might face this, or I have a perception that these things might happen. So we're gonna talk about those. So I'm gonna mention the myths. So you're gonna just tell me then whether it's true or false, and give a bit discussion about how uh, it actually is. So we're gonna go to directly to the myth solving segment.
All
So
right.
the first myth, the first myth, which is very common among the people, that you need to be rich if you wish to study in Australia. So what do you have to say about this, Bhaiya?
First of all, you don't have to be rich. If you are applying at uni, at abroad, you don't have to be rich. The thing is, yeah, your family. I said first, I've got the family support. Like first of all, you have to have that support. Like, it's safe. I'm not saying it should. I'm saying it's safe to have. It's safe to like have your, like, if it how do you say it, mm, it's safe, like if your parents are eligible, if your parents are eligible enough to pay your tuition fees at least 1 year or maybe 1.5 year. So within that time, what you do, like if you are able to get a job, if you are able to get a job, you can gather money. You can gather some money to apply to help your parents for tuition fees. Like after that 1.5, you can, within this 1.5 year, you can gather money, and then after 1.5 year, you can help your parents at least maybe 1 semester or maybe 2 semester. You can give your tuition fees of 1 or 2 semester. So first of all, it's really safe to have your parents have that much. If your parents are that much eligible enough to pay your maybe 1.5 year of tuition fees, that's really that would be helpful. And first of all, I'm not from a rich family, so uh, um, so I would say that it's totally wrong that you have to be rich to study on abroad. So there are lots of
Yeah. So
scholarship
basically,
opportunities.
yeah. So basically, it is safe if you are rich, but it's not a must. That it's not an end if you are not totally financially capable. So we have lots of other opportunities, right?
Yes, you
So
have lots of other opportunities. You have scholarship opportunities, and also that uni also has paying tuition fees using loan. So you can pay tuition fees with loan. You can also choose the option, and also if you come here, you will get to know the situation. If you get a job, you'll be able to help your parents with your tuition fees. That's not a big
so
deal.
we're
So
yes. So Bhaiya, we're gonna move on to the second myth. The second one is while calculating your budget, also think about the return on investment. You won't be benefited as much as it costs. So Bhaiya,
okay. So basically, it means you have to think about how much you're gonna give your uni, right? And how much you're gonna
uh,
get benefited, right?
yes, yes, Bhaiya,
Yeah, you
exactly.
have to yeah, I know that you have to keep it in mind. Like that's why it's important to choose a subject. Like if you have to research that which subject has the most possibility, most ever possibilities to get a job, right? If you're coming to using if you're coming to a subject that doesn't have that much job opportunity in Australia, so if you come here, it seems like you will see that you have to go back in your country, right? So that's not what you want here. So if you are studying here, you will be trying to get a job. At least you will be trying to get a job here, right? So that's why choosing a subject is really important. Plays a very important role here. If you have to research, you have to talk to your seniors. Like when you're trying to apply, you have to share your passion. You have to share your like what I did is I used to talk some of my senior brothers who used to study here and also live here. So I talked to them that which subject has the most demand here, which subject is demanding here. Then they said that yeah, IT is playing a big role, and you can apply. IT has the most ever opportunities for getting a job. So then I realized to okay, let's then you think that yeah, you're gonna invest some money in your uni, and if you get a job, you'll be able to earn that much. Like I say that it's really easy here to earn, right? If you have the skill, you will get a job, and if you
Okay,
get
as
a
we're
job,
talking about okay, so as we are talking about earning, so there is also a popular myth that You can't work while you study. So, according to Bhaya, how much of it do you think is true?
Um, I'm doing work and I'm also maintaining my study as well. I think I'm doing it well. And so, according to my sense, that's not true that you can't study while you're working. You can, and you have to bear in mind that you have to bear in mind in that case, like how long you're gonna work and how you're gonna manage your study. You have to make your own routine. You have to make your life here easier. Like you have to make a routine. You have to think that yeah, I'm gonna work these hours in this week and I'm gonna manage my assessments. I'm gonna manage my exams. So you shouldn't be um, you shouldn't work that much. Like you need to work if you're wanting to manage your living expenses. You have no other way. So if unless your parents are eligible enough to pay your living expense with your tuition fees too. So if you so that's not true that you can't work or maybe work. Yeah, but I would say too much work can hamper your study. So you should bear in mind how long you're gonna study and how long you're gonna work. So if you have exam, if you have assessment and work at the same time, you have to think that which is which you should prefer. Um, are you there? Okay. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if you think that working too much is hampering his study, so you have to think about the preferred option. You came here to study, so you have to prefer your study first. At the same time, that's what I say, you have to make your own routine, like how long you're going to study and how you're going to manage your job too. If you have job and study at the same time, so you should prefer your study first. You should sit for your exams or maybe for your assessments, and then so then that's how you're going to manage your study and job at the same time. Thank you.